Amazon taking a swipe at the payment service business. Welcome to Digits. I'm Simon Constable. We got Scott Thurm of the Wall Street Journal. He's Deputy Senior Technology Editor coming to us from San Francisco. Scott, thanks for being there.
Happy to be here.
So this payment service business, this is the swipe business where you take something like a credit card and you swipe it through a reader and then you can take money from people.
And then you get charged, and then you have to pay for it eventually.
So tell us more. This is an interesting business and one that is getting rather crowded.
Yeah, very crowded, which is part of what's interesting here. So Amazon today said that they were going to go into this business and start distributing these little things that you could swipe a credit card through that would get charged. Now, one thing about Amazon being in this space, of course, is they have a lot of people's credit card numbers already because of their online commerce service, but this is a play they're making to get in, work with brick and mortar retailers. But it's pretty crowded space because you've got companies like Square, which makes its own one of those little gadgets that you can clip onto a phone or a tablet to swipe. You've got eBay, which is PayPal has a mobile wallet kind of app, and then you've got traditional players in this space like NCR that make the sort of make the modern equivalent of what you and I grew up with as the cash register. So there's a lot of competition here, and obviously there's going to be a shakeout at some point, and Amazon thinks obviously it's going to be one of the winners.
And they are a formidable competitor, and just to kick off with, they are having a low transaction fee. The transaction fees on credit card swipes are actually quite high, but theirs is going to be 1.75% of the amount for a first year or so. And then it's going to go up to still lower than what Square charges.
Or what many people pay through the traditional services, which ultimately get routed through MasterCard and Visa through the credit card payment processor. So 2.5% is not uncommon. Amazon is coming in at 1.75. Obviously, they're trying to attract merchants. It will save merchants can save money or spend less money by signing up with Amazon. The flip side is merchants may be wary of dealing with Amazon, which has been both a friend in some ways and also an enemy in terms of the way e-commerce has really cut into the shopping in brick and mortar stores. So it'll be interesting to see how traditional retailers view this offering and whether they want to get further into bed with Amazon or keep them at a distance and almost view them more as a competitor. So
Scott, one thing I know about most brick and mortar retailers, they already have an established relationship with an organization. Often it's a big one, maybe through their bank. Are we talking really here that this is going to be a small merchants, people who you maybe meet at a flea market, who you see something you want to buy and they flip out their phone, stick the Square thing in and they swipe away? I mean, is that what Amazon's looking to snag? Or is it really they're going to try and go get Macy's?
I don't think they're going to get Macy's anytime soon. But that's the smaller merchants are certainly the ones that the folks like Square and PayPal have gone after because, on the front end, I mean, Square's got that big deal with Starbucks, but beyond that, they're mostly, used by smaller merchants. This kind of electronic payment swipe or the mobile wallet on your phone stuff, it hasn't really taken off a lot in stores, partly because it's hard to see where the advantage is for the consumer, right? Just swiping my credit card through a little machine at the checkout counter works perfectly fine for me. We did a story a couple of days ago about some interesting moves in the restaurant space where in restaurant space, it's a little bit different because it's a two-step transaction. The waiter brings you the check, you give the waiter the credit card, then the waiter has to come back, and you have to sign the receipt, and then you get to leave. And there's a bunch of companies out there now that think they can simplify that to a one-step process, and that they may be able to get a little more traction there than some of these things have gotten in stores, where it's hard to see from the consumer point of view how these mobile wallets and swipe readers are making life any simpler than it already was.
Okay. Well, cash would be the way to go with that one. Then that'd be on.
That's always another option.
That is always
every now and then. Every now and then I actually pull one of these $1 things out, and it's like I feel like I'm the only one in San Francisco who still uses them.
Oh well, we'll take you out. They still use them here in New York. Thank you very much, Scott Thurm of the Wall Street Journal.
Thank you.
I'm Simon Constable. That's it.